Hello, good evening, and welcome to TV Guest, your favorite and enlightening program where we explore critical issues that affect every one of us in the society. Tonight, we are shining a light on a growing menace, violence against persons, an issue that seems to be becoming normalized in our society. The need for continuous awareness and action cannot be overstated. This is where the bold and powerful legal instrument, the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law, or VAP, comes in. It is a law designed not only to protect all persons from violence, but also to help survivors find justice and healing. Last week, we promised to continue this important conversation. We discussed how the VAP law came into being, its domestication across states, and enforcement challenges along with penalties for offenders. We also emphasized that the law protects not just women, but everyone from rape and sexual violence, domestic abuse, female genital mutilation, spousal battery, psychological abuse, economic violence, stalking and harassment. And we made it clear that violence is not a private or family matter, but a crime. I'm your host, Antonia Moa. Tonight, we are diving deeper into the challenges, the way forward, and the significance of the VAP law, especially in our own dear state, Delta State. To help us unpack these issues is a seasoned expert in the field, a consultant on sexual and domestic violence, a former director of the Sexual Offences and Domestic Violence Unit, a tireless advocate with over 2 decades of experience. Her commitment to justice has impacted lives both within and beyond our states. Please welcome Mrs. Patricia Akamaguna. We are honored to have you with us for the concluding segment of our series on the VAP law.
Thank you so much. I'm so pleased to be here again today.
We are honored.
Thank you, yes.
We are honored having you here. Welcome, Patricia.
Thank you.
So, let's continue straight away. With everything we have discussed so far, the VAP law is undoubtedly strong on paper, right? But has implementation been easy? What major challenges have surfaced in practicing this VAP law?
Okay. Yes, like you rightly stated, last week we went through the hub of what it's all about. Then all those rights that are available, that government have actually made available in terms of sexual and domestic violence in Delta State. However, yet, we are now at the implementation stage, but have we actually gotten there? No. We have obstacles. Like when you talk about victims, the major problem we actually have, let me even start from the police station. When they report these matters at the police level, the first instance, you see that some of our officers will actually encourage them.
Encourage the victims or the offender?
The victims.
Okay.
To try and settle out of court. Yes, when I was there in Ministry of Justice, we actually had to report this situation to the commissioner. And as a result of that, there was now a policy that once sexual offences matters are reported at the first instance, that it shouldn't stay more than 24 hours that they have to transfer it to state CID and the gender desk, right? However, when it comes in, we always have issue of no paper. They collect money from them
To
You
write
understand?
statements.
Yes. So some will not be discouraged because most of these perpetrators, their victims are always from what's it called? From homes that are not well to do. Probably the children are abandoned by their parents to farm and all those things. So at the end of the day, instead of them actually coming to spend money, oh, they do, okay, fine, they'll say they want to settle because the perpetrators will actually be offering them money. Do you understand? So in that case, yeah. Even when we now try, because we have what they call zero tolerance, when we now try to push it even to court, you will see that attendance to court, unavailability, they will not want to come. And at the end of the day, will you cry more than the baby?
Okay. Akamaguna, don't you think them not showing up is because of stigmatization? What people will say, the fear of being known,
No.
having such a mark?
No, because in Ministry of Justice, they have actually cured that by the introduction of the Administration of Criminal Justice Law, wherein cases are front-loaded. So you don't, it's not like unlike before, when you come, you say he did this to me and he now touched me and at the end of the day he now put his penis in my vagina. No, that era is gone. Everything is front-loaded. It's just to come, we will now adopt it, and it's only during cross-examination. And however, apart from that one, practice direction to in court, most of these matters are held in chambers,
Okay.
not even in open court. Added to that, the Administration of Criminal Justice Law has also brought in video,
Interview.
video trial,
Okay.
where you can actually stay in the comfort of your home and give evidence, and the perpetrator will be at the correctional prison to also. Do you understand? So there is something like that. So in terms of stigmatization, that is actually
Ruled
a
out.
0-0. So it's not necessarily the stigmatization. Also, we have a situation problem. It was really a big problem when I was there. You know, we have the provisions of the Administration of Criminal Justice Law, and there was one that was introduced, what? Confessional statements. That for the defendant to actually make his statement at the police level, there must be a video coverage. Okay? And you cannot make the statement alone. Your legal practitioner should be there, or your relation. And can I tell you something? That is why going forward, I will always agitate for training of the stakeholders, especially the police, because it is really never enough. I tell you something, there was a day I was really embarrassed in court. What happened? And everything, yeah. The brother came to
The
be with him.
victim's brother.
The victim's brother was with
Okay.
him. He made his statement. The victim's brother countersigned. Do you understand?
Yeah.
However, you see, there is this provision in the Administration of Criminal Justice Law that everything must be adhered to. When they say adhered to, full endorsement of Daniel brother. Do you know something? There was signature. But just because he did not, because it is stated there, expressly stated there, that you must write your name, your address, and your signature. Do you know, because that name was not there, a beautiful listing I lost it. Because it is a shall. The provision is mandatory. So there is no going back. And however, my former Oga, he has actually put so many
You
things
keep
in
saying
place.
former Oga. Who is this Oga of yours?
The Commissioner for Justice. Do you understand? He has actually put so many things in place. They set up the video recording room at the police station, the state CID, and other divisions. And right now, they've been training the officers over and over again. However, on these challenges, we now discover, yes, there is video coverage in terms of recording. But during investigation, do you know that some of the officers, that is why I was keep saying this training. Some of the officers,
When you say officers, which of them are
police officers,
Just,
they are in charge of investigation.
yeah.
And remember I said the first place of instance, during the investigation, there will be an evidence that, oh, the person was raped, the whatever, the pants, the this thing. At the end of the day, that evidence, that documentary evidence of either the stained pants or the torn pants will not be available. So I will actually agitate for a situation wherein when they go, let there be also a video coverage, just like the exact thing that they do in Lagos State. Let there be a video coverage of the locus. Okay, so that one will now help his lordship in coming to his decision to now say, yes, during investigation, I saw this was here, this was there. Do you understand? And when they also give evidence on the locus, do you understand? My lord will be able to now say, okay, fine, I saw this, I saw that, other than only during the confessional statement. Do you understand? So basically that is it. Then thirdly, what's another challenge we had? Then we had cases where a 3-year-old would be raped by the mother's husband, stepdad.
Oh, stepfather.
So, my dear, in such a situation where the person is raped by the stepfather and the matter is reported to the police station, they all live, same environment, same house and everything. Will you suggest or will you advise that that child will still live with them?
No.
That
child should be removed
to a safe home.
Yes.
Where are the safe homes in Delta State?
I wanted to ask that when you say remove to a safe home, do you have any in Delta State?
We have, Ministry of Women Affairs. They have one that we are using. I know that there is another one too in the budgets. They are doing it, that kind of thing. Government, they are really trying. But at least all these bodies, all those stakeholders that are actually involved in sexual and domestic violence, that are passionate, they should please try and help the government. Government cannot do that all alone. So you see, we really do not have enough shelter. Referral centers, yes.
So when you say referral centers, what do you mean?
We have Delta State sexual referral centers. That's referral centers, we call it SAC. That is where victims, you understand, and survivors are taken to. It's a one-stop center. In that center, you have the police, you have the medical doctors, you have the legal practitioners. It's just a one-stop.
Okay.
So once you come, instead of you running from police to hospital to looking for a lawyer, everybody is just there at the center. And we have
a one-stop shop.
Yes, we have one at the specialist hospital. We have another one at Central Hospital, Warri, and the General Hospital at Ughelli. We have 3 right now. The highest, the highest in Nigeria. I will not lie to you, yes, because I used to go to all this NAPTIC this thing, and they really commended the government of Delta State for that initiative.
Kudos to
but these SAC centers, are they enough?
No.
Obviously. So
compared to the number of crimes,
yes,
abuses.
Then we also want what they call standard operational procedures in terms of investigation. I don't know whether you understand. When I mean the standard, let there be a protocol, let there be a standard that yes, when it comes to sexual and gender based,
it should be this way and no other way.
The courts are really trying.
Okay.
The courts are really trying. But we have been agitating for a special court.
Okay.
The Commissioner for Justice, they have done the needful. The Delta State House of Assembly, they have also done noble. How? They amended the protection law of 2024 and now introduce the special courts. So these special courts, where cases of sexual and domestic violence related matters should be heard. Well, the problem that we have now is we wanted a replica of what happens in Lagos State, Ekiti State to be here. But since the amendment of that law, we have actually been waiting for the Honorable CJ to designate judges to those courts. Right?
Yeah.
So basically, these are the challenges that we have been going through, and the Victims Fund. I am still shouting for that Victims Fund.
These victims, when they come to report cases, apart from the police station, when a lawyer have to sit for them, do they pay? Do they pay the lawyers? But that could be another reason, apart from stigmatization, why they withdraw.
You see,
funding.
You see, we have a special unit in Delta State Ministry of Justice, and that unit is known as Sexual Offences and Domestic Violence. As a victim, once a matter is reported, you see, the officers there in that special unit in Delta State Ministry of Justice, they actually do not sit back. Once the NGOs, they call that there is a situation at a particular, they fast track, they move in and ensure that the matters are reported to the police, they are taken to the hospital. Then after the investigation, and the matter is now transferred to to Ministry of Justice. To Ministry of Justice, what did they do after the whole thing? They now assign it to the officers there in Delta State Ministry of Justice to prosecute. My dear, the officers there, there's nothing like corruption there. The officers there, they are well paid.
Oh, okay.
Nobody is interested. You can imagine, where those who people that are down and out. Why will you take money from them when you are well paid? In Ministry of Justice, they are well paid. So for the prosecutors, they do not demand for 10 naira to prosecute, unlike the other people that defend the perpetrators. They do not ask for 10 naira. Even in terms of domestic violence, that's aggressive behavior among spouses. Now, you come to report, we do the petition, we now send it. If it has a violent nature in it, what do? We send it to the Nigerian police. But however, if it's something that we can actually, like abandonment, without means of sustenance, which is as embedded in Section 16 of Violence Against Persons Law 2020, if it's something that we can actually come in, cancel, and even make the husband or the partner of that woman, because abandonment without means of sustenance is when you now abandon the child without anything, you just leave the woman to it. Okay, fine. We'll now look for a level playground. What do you do? Okay, fine. If you're not interested in the woman, fine. Let us try and relocate her. However, please, sir, you have to be in charge of the upkeep of the child. And we have a very diligent officer in the person of Mrs. Juliet Ochifia, that when it comes to children, child's right, she's up and about and she's on her game. That is it. So we actually do not ask for 10 naira in terms of the child's, what is available to the child, or domestic violence when the person is really down and out. We do not ask for 10 naira at all. I stand to be corrected anyway. We do not ask.
Okay.
So basically, it's not all about the money. That is why they shy away. I am the capital. No.
Okay. Despite these challenges, would you say there has been progress? Are there success stories or milestones worth celebrating so far?
Obviously, yes. Now, so many things that are in place. Like last week, there was a forum where all the major stakeholders, you have the Ministry of Women Affairs, they organize it. Ministry of their major stakeholders, Ministry of Health, they were there, Justice, they were there. You understand? And the NGOs, you understand? Why are they coming together to just see, which way forward? What is the roadmap in terms of the implementation? Yes, we have gotten here. What is next for us to do? And they all had that this thing, and it came out. The communique was something else. First of all, yes, they are still looking at that special course. Do you understand? Another one, yes. They came up with that, yes, there should be sensitization, training and retraining of all those major stakeholders. Let them have a standard way of operating. Then added to that, I would even suggest, I will suggest that the violence against persons law, is in English language. If there is a way we can actually bring him down in locals and pidgin English, that one would be very good. Do you understand? Then this audio visual for persons living with disability. Okay, fine, we are talking now. You can imagine
no sign
this year. So I would want that, so that, because you see, that law is not only for me and you, or people that
everyone.
It is for everyone in Delta State, so that we can carry everybody along. Yes. Let's also you go to the villages. Who are those heads? Our Royal Majesties, the women leaders, the youth leaders. Let all of us, when they have all these forums and everything, let them invite everybody.
Good. Including journalists.
Yes, exactly.
Including journalists.
Because for dissemination.
Policemen.
Journalists for this. Yes. Journalists for dissemination. Yes.
Right. We will all be on the same page.
When we secure judgments like this, we upload. Is that in Delta State? Because what is actually happening, it's what is happening. Then you see a child of about 3 years
being molested by a grown-up man. My God. Okay, what would have attracted them? Because you see some girls, they said, okay, they are not well dressed, the nudity. Okay, a child of 3 years, what does she have?
Yes, they will always say, mode of dressing.
Yes.
Which I told you
during our last
is already in the VAP law. Community service, if found guilty, under section 25. However, is it the mode of dressing? I think those people, they are sick.
Yeah.
You understand? Because if it's the mode of dressing, like what you just said, I had a situation at specialist hospital. My daughter, the medical doctor, she was working there before she now moved to Ministry of Health. And there was a day she called me. She said, "Mommy, please, where are you? Come to specialist hospital." I said, "What is the problem?" He said, that they have a situation. A 1 year and 9 months baby was raped by the uncle. Yes. Jesus. The uncle was staying in South Africa. I don't know whatever. He now came. And you understand, now was not staying with them. And on this day, the child, kept crying and everything. So the mother was very uncomfortable. The mother and the father now took this little girl to specialist hospital. Lo and behold, by the time they looked at the vagina,
bruises.
So you can imagine the man wanted to kill the brother that day. So that is it. So is it the mode of dressing? No.
So they are actually sick persons.
They are, and some probably for this Yahoo practice and rituals, get rich with probably the native doctor, just like the man that, yes, I did the matter and he was convicted for life, raped the 4-year-old daughter. And he just said, yes, it was for that Mrs.
Akamaguna, In 10 years' time,
Yeah.
okay, how do you envision the VAT law functioning? Do you foresee it becoming more widely enforced and better integrated into our justice and social systems? A quick one.
I say 101%, because the major stakeholders, they are not just sleeping. You need to see they've been having forums, and I know that in the next one month there will also be. So they keep having it and they keep training, and the sensitization, it's everywhere. So it's 101% really implemented, and that's it. It's really a good one. And I commend the major stakeholders.
Thank you so much. There's always room for improvement and a lot to be done, you know. Thank you for the insights.
Thank you.
To every survivor watching tonight, I have always said you are not alone. You have rights, you deserve protection, and you deserve justice. Together, we can build a violence-free society. I am Antonia Mowa. Thank you so very much for watching TV Guest. Good night and stay safe.